guys, welcome to today's stream. I am deciding that I'm going to try and add the glow to her, the kind of orb thing in her hand today, so we will see how that goes. And yeah, I've had a bit of a think of that this weekend, and I'm thinking that some graphite pencils, some colored pencils, will probably be the best way that I can get a lovely smooth glow. So that's what I want to try and do. Other than that, I'm probably just going to add a couple more detailed areas, try and flesh out some of that contrast. And hopefully I can also work in a little bit of a deeper gradient. We'll see. But yeah, I have my favorite step today that I'm going to do, so we'll see how it goes. Probably should open up a good reference actually, because that'll help. Good references are always helpful. So I don't particularly have any with like the glow very visible. But I think we can wing it. I think I have a pretty good idea. I actually did do in I think I gave my wizard, a little boy wizard that I did in graphite last Halloween. I gave him a little bit of a wispy glow. Probably will do something similar for my nurse over here. He was one of the last ones I did. I can't remember. I know he was in the final stages, but... Ah yeah, there we go. So I did this little wizard boy sometime last year during Halloween, and as you can see, I gave him kind of like a bit of a glow effect around his wand. So something like that is what we're gonna do today. Something similar. Now, and I do have some clean blenders over here as well. Because I don't want to use my my current blenders because, they're all dark with graphite and yeah, not gonna go very well. So I'll use the clean one. The clean one's gonna be much more helpful. I'll see if I have a little bit of a white one, because that one is not, it's kind of a green. And if I can get a white, that will be really helpful. I do have another one in here, so we'll see how we go. I think that one might blend a tiny bit better. Hello Sydney! Thank you for the follow! Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. At the moment, we are using coloured pencils, so I've just got a couple of different variants, yes. But the rest of her has been done in watercolour and ink, and a little bit of graphite, so we're playing around with a lot of different mediums. Actually, I do have, I believe I do have another white one, but this should be fine. I'm sure we'll get by with this. So. I'm trying to get that beautiful wispy look that Nurse has, you know. Every time I add it, it seems to be going down, but at least the little layers do add up, which is getting me that beautiful glow that I'm after. I think I just need to keep going, and if I still need some, I can try and see how the gouache works, but I don't reckon it's gonna be a good idea. I think it's gonna go very streaky if I add gouache, just because the background's all watercolor, so I have a feeling that's not gonna be a good idea. That is definitely beautifully blending, which is definitely what I'm after. So I'm very, very happy. I do think it does need to go right up to her hand though. As you can see, it's just giving a little tiny faint glow, which is perfect. So I'll fade it all the way into her hand as well. Just so you can see that the glow is coming from inside her hand. Hello Rin! Welcome back! Thank you so much for the sub. Really appreciate it. You have to look as you're dealing with issues on your computer, but have a great stream. That's alright. Thank you so much for the sub, Rin. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I hope you have your computer fixed soon. That's definitely not fun. I've actually resolved a lot of my own computer issues because last week the stream just wouldn't load. We were having so much lag and all kinds of problems, and I had my boyfriend looking into a few things. He's given me some pointers to some further things that I may be able to look at and optimize, but we also just went through a couple of different settings, and some of those seems to have helped. I no longer have, you know, the extreme lag that we were dealing with before, so that's pretty good. I'm very, very happy about that. Yeah, I'm definitely happy that I've gone with colored pencils to do the blending instead of doing it with gouache, because I wouldn't have gotten nearly this smooth of a gradient if I did it that way. So that's really awesome. Really happy with that glow. Hello, Malkaviana. How are you? Good morning. How has your morning been starting out? I hope it's been good. So yeah, it's gotten a lot better. You can see that beautiful, beautiful glow on her hand. I'm so much happy with that. Much better. Much, much better. Well, it was sad. Looks gorgeous, by the way. Your morning was sad. That's no good. That's definitely not good to hear. I'm so sorry. I hope that, whatever it is, you know, the rest of your day will go a little bit better. That's not good. Not a great start to your day, you know. So today we are actually painting, well, finishing up coloring and rendering Nurse from Dead by Daylight. So we colored her on a couple of previous streams, and yeah, we did some ink washes, we did some watercolor washes. So ultimately today is just where I finish up some of the tiny details and, you know, pull it all together. So really, really happy to be able to finish her up. So I did do a little bit of a mistake with that. I think what I'm going to do is add that in gouache. So I may just paint over that. I think I've got a lot of ink in there, so water has gone quite murky, but I'm sure I'll be able to just paint over this area and get it slightly darker. Because it needs to go full length, and if I can't get it full length, then that's a bit of a problem, you know. You're usually too busy to watch streams, but it just so happens that you found about my YouTube channel. Oh, really? Where'd you find out about my YouTube channel? Was it on Instagram, or where'd you find it? I'm really happy that you came to stop by. It's so lovely to see you here. Are you an artist yourself as well? Cool. So I am pretty happy with where most of this has gone. I'm probably just gonna darken certain red areas a little bit, so they're just a little more prominent. Because usually when I start scanning things, um, I tend to find that they don't, when things are too washed out, they just don't scan very well for me. So I'm trying to get better at, dealing with that. Um, and hopefully fixing it up beforehand is gonna help a little with that. So you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Get it all working. Cool. So she's slightly more red now. Hopefully that'll actually show up in my scanner. um, that's the idea anyway. It just recommended to you on YouTube. That's why you're here, honestly. Oh, really? Wow, thank you. It's a good thing that I was live when you came to stop by then. Do you love going through art channels on YouTube? You're not an artist, sadly, but you appreciate all kinds of arts and artists, so yeah. Well, that's awesome. Are you considering getting into the hobby, or are you just like appreciating it? You love this piece! Oh, Dras, thank you so much. I'm glad you like it. I am definitely very happy with where this piece is heading, so oftentimes that can be quite a challenge, sometimes we don't really like a piece when we're working on it, and we just need to push through. But this time, I'm definitely feeling quite happy with the direction. So very lucky. Are you in a sorry? Are you a Dead by Daylight player yourself, Dress, or are you just do you play Silent Hill or? Okay, so part of me had wanted to actually do a little bit of a darker gradient on the bottom with the ink. Let me see, has my ink dried? It hasn't dried totally, so I have a feeling we can do that still. You would like to, but honestly, you're a little bit lazy for that. Well, a lot of times it's not actually laziness. It is actually, we're just not confident enough, I guess. And so it feels a lot more daunting than it actually is. So yeah, it's not always laziness. That's the thing that holds us back. So I'll just test a little bit on this side there and see how. Well, that's not too damn dark, so we'll go with that. I just do want to, move a gradient up a little bit, ever so slightly. So if I can manage doing that, that'll be good. So we'll see when that dries. It's actually going to be darker, because that is the idea. I do need it to go darker. But if it doesn't, I will get some darker ink and just finish it up, Okay, now I need to go in with a little bit of smaller brush in some of these sections, so I don't go over lines again, because I've been having a lot of problems with that in this one. I'm a bit lazy. I don't tend to, you know, pre-prepare my paintings a whole lot, so what you can do is obviously fill out certain areas and be like, okay, well, I'm gonna add some mask to the white areas so I don't actually paint over it. I don't tend to do that because I am incredibly lazy, so I have to suffer the consequences, unfortunately, if I do that. So hopefully now, if this dries, it'll look slightly darker than the top area, which is, that would be ideal if we can achieve that. You played it once, but you would like to get into it more. It's definitely a great game to be into, I can tell you that. I don't play it nearly often enough to be any good at it, but I do love playing it. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, I think it's most fun if you can play it with friends or, you know, join a group. I think that makes it loads more fun. And there's some pretty cool Stranger Things mods out for Dead by Daylight as well, which you can play as, what do they call it again? The monster? I forgot what the monsters are called, but you can play as one of those. You follow many artists on every platform. Well, that's pretty awesome, Malkavian. I think, yeah, YouTube definitely has loads to offer. I follow quite an extensive list of artists on YouTube, and they put in so much effort making those videos. It's crazy. I mostly love watching studio tours. I love when people do that because you get to see, I guess, just a little bit of insight into what their little spaces look like, you know, what drives their creative, you know, minds, how they like to decorate the area that they like to be creative in. It really does give you a lot of insight as to, you know, why their art is the way that it is. And you also get a lot of tips on how to actually organize your own space, which I found pretty useful. So always a great thing for me to go and look at. Well, the top area at the moment is definitely looking darker, lighter than the bottom. But I can't see as much contrast as I wanted. I do think I still want some more, so might go a little bit darker still, we'll see. I'm not too sure. On the other hand, I do need probably some more dark surrounding her glow, because I can't go too much lighter. And if I can't go much lighter, then I'm going to probably have a bit of a problem, you know, showing that contrast. So I may actually pay to just do a layer over everything, and yeah, then just go over the bottom area with darker ink, I reckon. Probably be the best way to go. Let us hope that this stays this way. Because if it does, that is ideal. That is exactly the kind of look that I wanted up here. So if that stays that nice and dark, I'm in luck, and I'll be very happy. But it always lightens, so you never know until it's dry what you're dealing with. So just gotta take it as it comes. But yeah, that's looking incredibly nice and wispy. I mean, have a look at that. That's exactly what I wanted, so. You're currently hooked on Stardew Valley. Have I ever played that? No, I haven't actually. I do see a lot of people who really love it, and I guess I don't really know what it's about. So if you'd like to tell me a little bit about what the game's about, yeah, feel free, go ahead. It's so much fun. After a year of playing Animal Crossing, it's nice to play a similar game with so much more time to do it in. I can imagine. Yeah, it sucks when you have a favorite game and you just don't have enough time to dedicate to it. Well, time to go, but you would like to see my new videos on YouTube. Well, I post every video that I do on here on YouTube, Malkavian, so if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you're bound to get everything. Yeah. So let us keep going. I will finish off this side, and then I'll try and go darker on the bottom. See what I can get away with. We've definitely come a long way since when this was done in watercolor. I never foresaw it going this far, so but I'm still so happy with the outcome. I'm happy that I went darker. I'm happy that I went and smoothened it out, because it was at the start, it was so distracting with the character that, yeah, you just couldn't properly see her, and that was a big problem, so. I can probably darken that area as well, because at the time I was going quite light. It's looking great, thank you, Brown. Hello, how are you doing today? Cool, so yeah, I have a little bit of fraying of the paper on some areas here, so I was just probably borderline getting to it, but I think we're mostly all good. I do have really good paper, so in general I don't have an issue, but now you can really see that glow popping. I'm so glad. That is much, much better. Much, much better indeed. So now I need to try and add some details back to her hand. I'll open up my sketch because that'll help me remember where I added the contrast. And the painting looks good. Thank you, Atulia. I'm glad you like it. I'm gonna start playing around with a little bit of gouache. If I can just find it. I'm not sure where I left my gouache. You can hear little Zazu, can you? He's watching actually. He's like right across me, watching what I'm doing. He's pretty happy. I'll take off that. Has anyone wanted to talk to me about non-fungible tokens? Yes, everybody talks about that, and my point of view on that is it's no good for artists, and yeah, I don't want anything to do with it. It's not going to help artists. It's just a new trend that just opens up more avenues for people to sell artists' work without their consent. And yeah, not a fan. And I feel really sorry for artists who do fall for it and don't really fully understand it, because essentially anybody can take their work and put it on that website and just sell it. You know, it's pretty sad. I don't remember which one I used for detail work. I'm pretty sure it was this one. I'm trying to remember my brushes. But anyways, so I'm gonna start just filling in little areas that weren't meant to go so dark. Other artists have been asking you about it, so you had to look it up. Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you've done your research on it, though. Like, what's your point of view on it? Are you for or against it? Like, I guess for people who've been into crypto, you know, and done crypto trading before, it's probably a lot less daunting, because they have a better understanding of that kind of thing. But what I dislike is the way that they're pitching NFTs to artists is kind of like, oh, if you make your art into an NFT, then it will no longer be able to be stolen. That's not true. People can still make prints of your work illegally, put it on products and all kinds of things. So it doesn't protect you. The only thing it does is allows you another avenue to sell your work, which if you're not the first person to sell it on there, anybody can do that. Anybody can put your work on there themselves, and that's what I don't like. Why are they pitching it in such a way that they're falsely like leading artists to believing that their art will be safe there when it's not the case, you know? I don't like that. So I fixed up her feet. So strange why, there we go. They've got, you can see her little toes again now. I just covered up the areas where previously you couldn't really see because I'd painted over with all the ink. So that is now fixed up, luckily. Thank you for the follow, Bobby Wap. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. I hope you feel welcome. Please introduce yourself. We love to learn more about where you're from or what kind of art you like to make. Whatever you like. You know a famous artist who sold for 20k recently? Yeah, well, that's the thing though, like, if you already are famous, it may work for you because your name is going to do the selling for you. But you can't go as, a barely known artist and expect to make 20k, so, that's the problem, You still got to put in the hard work and like grow to a point where people know you and know what you're about. So still not easy. That's one cool ring. Thank you, Bobby. It's a little bat ring. Really adore her. She's like always gripping onto my brush when I'm painting. I love it. You're automatically suspicious of anything that's touted as the next big thing. Exactly. I don't think this is gonna be the next big thing, especially not for artists. Like I've even seen them selling things like tweets. I mean, who's gonna purchase a tweet? I understand where you can purchase a piece of poetry, but ownership over a particular tweet? That doesn't make sense to me. I just don't get it. And I don't think I ever will, so I'm not really keen to get into the NFT ballpark, essentially. I'm pretty happy sticking with where I am. I'm gonna see if I can just shade some of this pencil, because I want to go a little bit darker. I can go slightly darker, that would be good. Yeah, the first tweet ever just sold for 2.5 million. Exactly. Why? Who would buy a tweet? I don't get it. I really don't get it. So yeah. It's not for me, let's just say that. Nice pointy tip, that's perfect. You joined the Discord. Oh, welcome, Atulia. Thank you for joining the Discord. If you want to just, yeah, post a little bit of a bio about yourself, feel free. Ayof Hazen, hello, how are you? I'm definitely having a great day. I hope you are too. I've just started adding some detail to my little nurse over here, so we're making some strides. This is coming along super well. Fantastic job. Thank you, Aof. Really appreciate that. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. It's a little bit tricky, so probably not. Do let me know. Do let me know if I'm not saying it correctly. So I'm trying to firstly get rid of the emblem thing over here because I'm going to do it over in gouache. It needed to be full length and it wasn't, so we want to try and do away with that and cover it up, and hopefully I don't need to worry about it again. So, where's my brush gone? There we go. I'm going to try and do the highlights on the in gouache as well. It's Aoife. But no worries, it's Irish and not many people know it. Sounds a lot better when you can say it right, isn't it? Aoife sounds much better than Ive or whatever else people come up with. In my case, that was the best I could do. Yeah, that's a lot better, isn't it? I really want to get myself some 5B lead for my mechanical pencils actually. So I always feel like I just want to go that little bit darker and I can't. So yeah, a little bit, don't panic, there's a bat on your finger. He's super adorable. Yeah, always, he's my little art advisor, so um, always very helpful. I rely on him for good art critique all the time, so very lucky to have him beside me. Aw, thank you for the follow, that Mystic Pizza. Please sit down and join our vampire tea party. Whereabouts are you from? Ornithology, that's amazing. You used to keep Burke's parrots and a quail from Victoria. Oh my goodness. What mutation of Burkes did you have? Were they the natural ones or did you have different colors? I would love to have quails, but I don't have room for them. They always look so tiny and cuddly and I'm just like, I wish I had the room, but you need some good space for them to run about. Especially because they can't fly, so they need somewhere to get lots of exercise, and I don't have that. So I only have one parrot. My parrot is called Zazu. I'll send you a link to his website. And he's an Alexandrine parrot. Sometimes he actually appears on the stream. If you check a little bit of my past clips, you can see a couple of his adorable moments. So it was a long time ago. Kept them with your father, just the pink belly and blue tint on the feathers. That is adorable. That is so adorable. Yeah, I'd get Zazu, but at the moment he's outside and it's a little bit of a hassle getting him in and outside because his wings aren't clipped, so I like to keep him free and able to fly, but that means I need to be very careful because if he gets scared, he might actually, fly into a tree or something, and he probably will be too scared to come down, and he might get lost, so I don't want to mess around with that, because he would not survive in the wild on his own. He is so domesticated. I don't think he'd have a clue what food is. At least he's got size going for him, so he may survive just because he's large, but he'll definitely starve or go thirsty very quickly. Hello, Melissa. How are you doing? How has your weekend been? We are just in the process of finishing Nurse from Dead by Daylight today, so you've just come in time. Of course, yeah, I had 2 Averys in Tassie years ago, but since being in Melbourne, just a tabby cat now. May I ask, did the cat eat the birds, or did they pass away from natural causes? Because just being left with a tabby cat after having had birds sounds a little bit dodgy. Sounds like the cat could be guilty. Yeah, that's a reason I probably wouldn't have a cat. Partly because either Zazu would bite the cat, and he could inflict quite a lot of damage if he got him on his face, or the cat would definitely eat Zazu. So I can't have either. Don't want to have that kind of problem on my hands, you know? Hello, Jason! How are you doing? It was back in 2002, so eventually they did pass away, but beautiful birds. Yeah, I forgot what their lifespans are, though, the Burke parrots. I would guess around 25 years, maybe? But I don't have really good memory. So how are you doing, Jason? I'm really good. I'm having a lot of fun finishing off Nurse here from Dead by Daylight. So we added a bit of a glow to her hand because she's wielding that orb kind of thing. We fixed up her belt area we also darkened up the red areas so it'll actually pick up in my scanner, which is usually a problem. And yeah, I got some, added some details to her toes. You can now see them properly, unlike last time. So I'm very, very happy about that. Hopefully I can fix up the overall shape there on this arm, because it's not quite the way that I drew it. We can work with that. Always wanted golden finches, but wasn't the right climate. Oh really? What climate have you got over there? As far as I know, they're pretty hardy. Um, I wouldn't have thought that they can't survive in a variety of climates. And especially if you keep them indoors, you know, that's not a lot of problem, I think. What country do you live in, Mystic Pizza? 'Cause it sounds like you're in Australia. So I can go in and add little saw blades. I think I'm gonna do that. So we'll take some gouache and I'm gonna have to go over it again because I'm now going to obviously add a lot of emphasis to this area. At least she's got a beautiful shiny blade back. And it looks nice and spiky again, so it's really good. You missed me on here. Well, I'm so sorry. I've just been having a lot of, things that I had to get through in the past week, and yeah, streaming was just, not very feasible. So, had to put it on hold for a couple of days, and luckily I'm back into it. I'm very happy. I'm enjoying being here with you guys again. Because I've missed you guys too. Definitely have. It's awesome coming on here and having great chats and, getting to... most of all, I really enjoy seeing what you guys are up to. What art projects you guys get up to. So, we haven't been raided yet today. Usually I get to do that when we get raided, but so far we have not. But we probably will end up raiding someone else. Will you be streaming soon, Jason? This was Launceston in Tasmania. Yeah, you think at the time you would have needed specialized aviary. It was about 20 years ago. Other than that, had cockatiels, quail, budgies, zebra finches, and canaries. The Burke's parrots were your babies though. They have such an adorable natures, the Burke's parrots, don't they? They're not, like, they're timid, but they're so gentle and loving and affectionate and all that. Were yours tame or were they only, like, aviary birds? Sounds like you were breeding them. Aviary birds, yeah, pretty massive spaces. You had issues with hawks and falcons for a while, so you had to keep an eye on them. Did they like try to get into the cages or what? Like you think they'll leave them alone if they're, not inside. They can't get inside, or did they just try to eat the birds through the aviary? That's pretty scary. That's very, very scary. I would be so concerned, yeah. Yeah, just flying around nearby, you got a lot the place where you lived. Okay. Yeah, they can be pretty devastating. We have pet rabbits and we're very lucky in the sense that we sometimes let them out, but we don't have any hawks in my area, so they're pretty okay. But at night we have foxes, so you gotta be so careful with that. The foxes are terrible. They eradicated our natural possum population over here. We no longer have many possums, if any. And yeah, it's all because of those those foxes. Pretty crazy how devastating they can be. I think my bone slosh had a little bit of a kick up area on this side, so Oh damn, you don't see any foxes anymore. Occasionally the odd one running about at night, not sure where they come from. Suburban Melbourne. Yeah, sometimes you'd be surprised. Like we're in a very we do have a bit of a natural conservation park area nearby. So, I guess it makes sense why we do have foxes. And also, my area is very lush with, trees and shrubs and all kinds of things. Um, so they have a lot of hiding spots. But you'd be surprised where you can get foxes, like how suburban you can get them. They're very cunning, so who knows? Who knows where they go to live, but they survive. And yeah, they make it out pretty good. I am fairly happy with her progress, so yeah. True, true. They're cute animals, but yeah, devastating to native wildlife, as you said. Yeah, I agree. I love them. They're so beautiful, and I follow a fox account on Instagram, and yeah, I just learned so much about them because their owner is like a wildlife volunteer, so they rehabilitate animals or take in animals that can no longer live in the wild, and obviously they're very educated on foxes, so yeah, I didn't know a lot of things about them. Apparently, grey foxes have retractable claws, which allows them to climb trees. So not the foxes we have here in Australia. I'm pretty sure we only have the red foxes, but the grey foxes, yeah, they have retractable claws like cats, and that's crazy. So one other thing that I had wanted to do, and I'm gonna have to try that with one of my other brushes that's a little bit more bouncy. This one can actually work. If I wanted to add some blood splatter, but just in different sections. So I'm gonna have a look. I don't think that gouache will actually work, to be honest, and I think it'll work great. So I can mix up some gouache and see how we go, but I need a little area actually to mix it up in, because I don't have. I have some extra palettes on the side. I can use these. These will do. My palettes are so messy. I barely have clean area. I really need to look to cleaning them actually. So I want to go for like a rusty blood red. I don't want a super pink bright red. So I'll try and mix up an appropriate color. You didn't know that. Interesting animal for sure. Exactly. Yeah. And like you gotta admire them for the kind of efficient predator that they are. I mean, they're definitely made of me. If someone had told me that a fox could catch a possum, I would have laughed at them. I'd be like, no, a possum is so agile and so quick, and they can just climb trees and jump from tree to tree. Why would they be afraid of a fox? But we have lost our entire, our entire population of possums. Sorry, just trying to figure out what's going on with this paint. So yeah, essentially, I was proven wrong, and I would never have guessed that. It's crazy. They are amazing predators. So I need to get this nice and slobbery and wet, because I'm going to do some red spraying over my painting. I'm just slightly worried that that is way too red, and I have a much darker tone, so I need to tone it down with a little bit of black. So I've got a good red colour over there. It's a little bit of a rusty one, so I probably will work in some more pink, because the red that I've got on here is definitely much more pink, so if I can get more pink, that'll be great. I have so much paint. Rather more than less, I guess. Not looking for anything. Let me mix that up and see how we go. It's getting pinker, but I think I need some more. It's just not quite there yet. At times I can't believe that I work with gouache now when I hate it so bad. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to get the looks that you want to achieve. It's definitely more pink. Not quite sure if it's there yet, but I have a feeling it is. I think that's probably close enough. Now I just need more water. Room over here. Cool, so I want to add some blood splatter both over just this area down the bottom and also slightly over her. So what I'm gonna do is cover, first of all, the areas that I don't want any splatter. I'll probably cover myself a little bit. There we go. Nice. Now I can very slightly add some over her. So as you can see, just slightly added some blood splatter over. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go wash my hands because I've got some of the blood all over me now. And then I'll be right back and we can try and wrap her up today. So I'm really really glad to see that she turned out um this good. I really didn't expect her to have this outcome. I'm so glad. But she is essentially very almost done. I'm probably just going to, you know, finish up. Dear, that was still wet. Probably shouldn't have done that. So we should go over it again with some white. But yeah, we are so close to being done with her. I'm thinking, since I have some extra time today, that I might actually work on my oil painting. We'll see. I'll have a look and see how dry the paint is and everything. And maybe we can fit in a little bit of oil painting as well. Hello, Sasaki Woodworks! How are you doing? Have you been doing any streams lately? The nurse is looking great, thank you. We've added her wisp, as you can see. She's got her beautiful wisp over there. Fixed her belt up, and we gave her some blood splatter all the way down here. So yeah, she's come a long way, definitely. But I'm really happy with how she turned out. Really, really happy. Not quite sure if that paint has dried just yet, but it looks like it's letting me work with it, so hopefully. You're doing great. You did a charity stream on Saturday. Wow, that's awesome. What charity did you do it for? And how did that go? Is that your first charity stream you ever done? That must be pretty cool. I like to do one at some point. I would probably choose an animal charity of some kind, but still got to figure out which one. I'd really like to do one to save the whales. I think there's a lack of knowledge on them, and yeah, I think they really need a lot of help. I wonder what Dead by Daylight character I should do next. So I've done Nurse. Probably the Hag. I guess I should do the Hag. Because she's another... Oh, no. I actually have done another Dead by Daylight character. I'll show you guys. It was last Halloween. I did Anna, the Huntress. I'm pretty sure she was like one of my last ones that I did. Yeah, she was. So this here is Anna, also from Dead by Daylight. And I still gotta do a watercolor piece of her, so... she's got the chipped ear, her creepy black eyes. I've also caricatured her head to look a lot bigger. I love the toys she carries around. Those are just so cute. So yeah, I gotta do Anna. I gotta colour her at some point as well. But yeah, we got Nurse done. So at least there's that. And then I guess I'll do the Hag. She'll probably be the next one. It was for Epilepsy Foundation. You did the Spicy Death Nut Challenge and raised $10,000. Are you serious? $10,000? Oh my goodness. That is huge. Wow. This was your second one and they were both a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. That is so awesome. What a lot of money you get to just dish out to charity, hey? What a good feeling. How many Dead by Daylight characters have I done? So far only the 2. But I do plan on doing more, so... Yeah, essentially probably the next one would be the Hag, or... who else? Actually, I would like to do Scream. The guy... I'm pretty sure he's called Scream, the guy with the Scream mask. I'd like to do him. So, maybe he's next. I think I'm pretty happy with her at the moment, so I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a white pencil and see you guys soon. It's awesome, you love it. Well, I'm glad you like her. I am definitely so happy with how she turned out. One of the things that concerned me most was achieving the that gradient of the glow. I wasn't sure how I was gonna achieve that, and with how it turned out, I'm pretty happy. That's really good. Nice. Oh, I kind of forgot what I wanted to do with the white, actually. Oddly enough. I really can't remember. Isn't it strange when you do something? Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to add my signature over here. To the right. So hopefully this will not be too thick, because I don't have anything thinner, so there we go. Hopefully this will just bring that glow out to another gradient, and then it can look a little bit brighter. There we go. Just a little bit brighter, which is perfect. So I'm really happy with it. It really worked out. It really did, didn't it? Well, hello, if it isn't your favorite NECA. How am I? I'm good, Khan, I'm good. It's lovely to see you on here. Is your week going a little bit better than the last one? I hope so. That'd be really good to hear. So I know you've been having a pretty rough time of late. So yeah, we've just about finished her. I'm going to see if I can... What time is it? So it's around 4:30. I've got some more time. So I was thinking maybe we can spend some more time on my oil painting over there. But I'll need to take a quick break before we move over to that, because I need to readjust my entire stream. This piece is coming out nicely. Well done. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. How have you been? I have so many different pencils, I can't even kind of remember when or why I got this many sets. Because I'm not exactly a big pencil user, you know. I don't use a ton of it. I'm more of a painter, and I love graphite sketching, but not really, I don't really do a lot of pencil. Just Twitch surfing, you're good. Well, that's awesome news. I'm glad to hear that you're doing really well. Hope you've got some good stuff planned for the rest of your day. Are you going to be doing any artwork? Elasti, hello, how are you doing? My paint jar is like, I'll show you guys up close. Have a look at the beautiful color. It is so gorgeous. I mean, look at that. It'll finally focus, but yeah, it's just this beautiful blood red color. Same as my nurse, but just such a gorgeous color. I'm so happy. Not tonight, you're in the States, so it's around 11 p.m. Oh, really? That seems like a late night. What do you have on in the morning? Can you sleep in? You love my transitions? Thank you. Thank you. Well, this day was going better, so that's a temporary win at least. Got to hang out with your ex-driver, so that was a decent distraction from all these emotions. Got churros filled with caramel and a bubblegum popsicle. Well, that sounds delicious and sounds like an awesome day. Who's your ex-driver? What do you mean your ex-driver? Oh, thank you for the follow, Cho0. Please sit down and join our Vampire Tea Party. If you'd like to introduce yourself, please feel free and go ahead. I'm just trying to get all my brushes clean before I pack them away. And then I'll see what else we can work on for today. Because I've got some more time to burn, so. You painted last night, but working at 7 a.m. you don't sleep a ton. Okay. She used to drive you around to places and you stayed in touch. Well, that's wonderful. Sounds awesome to have a personal driver. One could say you are friends. Sounds like you're friends. Definitely. If you've got someone who's willing to drive you about, I would definitely say that they're friends. You want a driver? I do too. Yeah, my own personal driver. I wouldn't mind. I definitely wouldn't mind, especially considering I really, really hate I hate driving at times, especially in the city. Like, I love driving my car, because I've got a VW Beetle, but I really dislike driving in traffic, driving in the city. It's like, no thank you. I'm good, I'll pass. That's not for me. Okay, so I've got everything, which means I can try to readjust. So it's around 4:30ish now. Trying to make a decision because essentially we won't have a lot of time. So maybe just best if we actually end up raiding, to be honest, because I can do a longer stream tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to start a new project, so it'll be... we can have a look. So I'm going to work on one of my either coloring another sketch, or we can continue working on Humpty. To be honest, I probably should be working on Humpty because I need to finish him. But I can figure out what's the next sketch that we're going to do. I really do want to paint my Grim Reaper. I'm really keen to do him. I think that'll be awesome. He's also going to be dark, but I'll need to make the background really light for him. Because his robe is going to be dark, so I need some contrast with him. It will be the first to get you will be the first to get a self-driving car. Well, I guess you can use public transport, but then that doesn't take you anywhere, does it? So, you still need a car, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about self-driving cars. On one hand, I'm like, well, you know, you miss out on enjoying to drive, so that's a bit sad. I also don't like anything that the government makes you, like, gives you less freedom on. And I worry that they'll stop people from being able to drive their own cars at all, which, if it does mean 0 accidents, then that is obviously the way to go, but I don't know. Will we actually have 0 accidents? I'm not sure. Your new driver you're not too fond of. You don't think your personalities are gonna get on too well. So how is it free? Khan, how does that work? Can't wait. Wonderful. Have a great day. And again, you're so impressed with my art stream. Just the whole thing. Bravo. Oh, thank you, Steve. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate you hanging out and being here. Happy birthday, your divine ruler. Who's your divine ruler? And welcome. I'm glad you love death. Not a lot of people who do, so at least you're on your own there. So yeah, I'm considering painting her. So we did Nurse today, and realistically, he'll probably be done in a similar style, I guess. Probably not gonna do her very soon because I want to try a couple more things. They would be a good next project to do, my little Hydra trio. I'm planning them in like a very pastel-y color range. So yeah, I'm actually super keen to do them. That could be the next one. I think that'll be a good way to go. Obviously, I really am excited to do little Wednesday Addams, but part of me wants to do her as an oil painting as well. So we'll see. You love my art? Well, thank you. So yeah, a couple of these will make really good paintings. A couple less so. Little Frankenstein could make another good one, actually. Because you have ASD, and through that you have community integration, aka someone to drive you around. How wonderful is that? How long before they pick you up do you have to book? So yeah, I don't know. Oh, I've got little Alice to do as well. Alice in Wonderland. Falling after she's drunk the vial. And then we've done him. Sorry, we've done her. We've done my little Medusa. We've done this little girl over here, my vampire girl. We've done Piglet. We've done the little witch's familiar. Haven't done this one. We have done the pumpkin duo. So yeah, I've got a couple, but I reckon tomorrow is probably a good day to work on Humpty, because I do have a lot of work to get through on him. And then, so tomorrow's Wednesday, and then maybe Thursday we can have for an oil painting day. Probably the best way to go. So yeah, I do apologize for the shorter stream today, but there wasn't a whole lot left to do on Nurse, and I did want to finish her on stream, so I can have it all on YouTube for you guys to see. But we can find somebody to raid, then I can go take some photos of some of my work so I can post it on Instagram, and hang out with all of you guys on another stream. Let me see who is streaming at the moment. We can actually go raid Chloe. Chloe is currently streaming what looks like, I'm gonna guess it's a gouache painting, just knowing Chloe. You know, she's a huge fan of her gouache, so I'm gonna guess it's a gouache painting. but it looks incredible. Like, the detail on this thing is amazing, guys. You have to see it. So I will quickly raid Chloe and see all of you guys on there. And yeah, if you guys want to hang out with me again tomorrow, I'm going to be on same time tomorrow. So yeah, if you want to check my schedule, I'll drop a link and you can actually see the schedule in your time zone. So have a look at the schedule. Maybe try and see what time it is for you. If you can make it, that would be awesome. Love to see you guys again. So yeah, we'll be working on some detailed pencil sketch work for my storybook on Humpty. But for now, let us raid Chloe, because that'll be exciting to see what she's doing. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!